constantly distracting yourself from reality by consuming endless amounts of content. These are the only years you're supposed to have fun, right? You never go through any discomfort or anything difficult, and you just try to escape at any chance you get. Let the technology and algorithms make you a slave to them so you can avoid boredom. Never go out of your comfort zone. Never try new things and give in to all of your brain's desires, and just do what you feel like doing in the moment. What's going on, bro? So I just turned 19 and my teenage years are basically over, right? So if you're smart, you learn from your own mistakes. But if you're super smart, you learn from the mistakes of others. So I did a lot of things good and I did a lot of things very badly throughout my teenage years. So I'm hoping that you can learn from my mistakes and not make the same mistakes that I did. So right now, as a teenager, you're probably not taking your life too seriously, right? You haven't really been told to. You're probably just living day to day without really having any sort of aspirations, not really taking anything seriously. Just think, okay, when I turn 20 years old, that's when I'll take things seriously and lock in, right? But let me tell you, you're missing out on a giant opportunity. The reason why is because your teenage years are sort of like the free trial for life. So you can try a bunch of different things, mess up terribly, and you won't suffer the same consequences as you would once you're an adult. So right now, instead of just sitting around kind of enjoying your teenage years playing video games or just, eating junk food and kind of fapping around and just sitting in your room, I recommend that you go out there and take some extreme risks. So this is the time of your life where you can take tons of risks and learn a lot about yourself, learn a bunch of different lessons without huge consequences. And this will really just help you for your future self and your adult life, which is coming up pretty soon, right? So I'm not telling you to just only work and just be in the grind and never have any fun. I'm just saying you should realize that your actions right now can have a huge effect on your future self. So start doing things that could benefit your future self. So my dumbass played over 11,000 hours of video games. That's an absurd amount of video games, right? And if you didn't know, around like 10,000 hours of learning a skill is the amount of time it takes to become like an expert or like advanced at something. So what if I put that time into learning a language or starting a business or starting my YouTube channel a lot earlier? I would be in a completely different spot than the spot I am in right now. So I want you to realize, like, right now it feels like you have all the time in the world. It doesn't really matter to do these stupid things because life is a little more forgiving, but your time matters. Like, the things that you do will actually affect you in the long run. I know it doesn't feel like it right now, but be careful with what you spend your time doing. So the things you're doing right now, you'll see how it'll affect you in a couple months from now or a year from now. So if you're doing stupid stuff like playing like hours of video games every single day, going on Pornhub, eating junk food, all that crap, right? Right now, you don't really feel the effects of it, but you'll soon see the detrimental effects it'll have on your life. So here's a good way to decide which actions you want to take. So the first type of action is something that's kind of uncomfortable right now in the moment, but it'll benefit you for the rest of your life or just for the long term and make your life overall better in the future. The second one is something that feels kind of good right now, feels pretty fun, but it makes your life worse and worse and worse. So what I recommend is you choose the first option, something that's painful right now, but it makes your life better in the long run. This is the smart thing to choose. So from now on, when you do a certain action, ask yourself, which one of these is it? And if it's not the first one, then consider not doing it. And you're probably thinking right now, like, man, I don't want to go through this pain of like doing all this difficult work. It just seems really hard and stressful. Well, you're going to go through pain and stress either way. It's just which one do you want to choose? Do you want to choose the pain of discipline or the infinite pain of regret? I'd rather just choose the pain of discipline because at least I'll get something out of it, while regret, it stays there forever. So one of the best things you could do as a young man right now is to constantly push yourself out of your comfort zone and constantly seek out challenges. When you stay in your comfort zone, you never grow and you just stay in the same spot forever. But you really grow from discomfort and being out of your comfort zone. So every day, just figure out new ways to push your limits, new ways to get out of your comfort zone. And I want you to realize, like, the fun things you do right now, like, playing video games, relaxing, scrolling on social media, going on the hub, they're not nearly as fun as achieving something new or looking at your progress in your physique or hitting a PR with your friends or learning a new move in jiu-jitsu. Improving yourself doesn't have to be boring. So now we got to set some goals and have something to work for. So let's keep this very simple. So pretty much try not to set over like 5 goals because you only have so much time in the day and so much focus to really achieve these goals. Don't go over 5. And now pretty much just choose a goal for each aspect of your life. It could be like fitness, business, relationships, social skills, like music, whatever it is, have a goal for each one. Now you're probably writing down like sort of reasonable sounding goals. You're probably thought of sort of a reasonable goal. Multiply that by 2 or maybe even 5. Then you want to obsess over these goals and put them everywhere. So I have them on my wall, I have them some over there on that side of the wall, I have them on my phone screen, on my home screen, on my wallpaper, on my computer, like literally everywhere, so I cannot forget about them. And give yourself weekly like progress reports and sort of daily actions you can take to move towards that goal. So let's say you want to lose 30 pounds in 6 months. A weekly progress thing could be like hitting your workout every single day and making sure you stick to that diet every single day. So this part sounds kind of lame, and it's improving your mental health. And this is probably where a lot of people are going to click off. Your mental health affects the way you do everything. The way you work out, the way you do your business, the way you talk to people, the way you have your relationships, literally every fucking thing. So if you improve your mental health, you can pretty much improve every aspect of your life. So right now you probably have a lot of bad habits that you think are the problem. Like you're addicted to video games, you're addicted to porn, you're addicted to junk food, blah, 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 blah. But the thing is, those aren't the problems. And I say this time and time again, the real problem is poor mental health, and those actions you take are the symptoms of the real problem, which is poor mental health. So your bad habits are the symptom of the real problem, which is poor mental health. And your bad mental health is the reason why you act out on these bad habits time and time again. So here are some things that really help improve my mental health that I just added into my routine every day. So the first one was just meditating first thing in the morning, and then I would also do some deep journaling and also just practicing gratitude at the beginning of the day. So just being thankful for pretty much whatever. It's just a good way to add some positivity into the day. The next thing was also just dialing in my diet, so taking a lot of the processed crap out of it and replacing it with just healthy, whole foods, and also just having regular exercise where I push myself every day. That made me feel way better and just made my base state a lot better too. The next thing I did was also just found a few groups where I felt like I belonged. So in jiu-jitsu, I found a gym that was really awesome. I met a lot of cool people, and then a fire program where we all train together and get in shape for wildland firefighting. So if you're a young man, teenager, or just even like a grown-ass man, I highly recommend you just put a lot of time and effort, or even just some effort, into improving your physique, your health, and just your appearance just a little bit, right? And on the appearance thing, I'm not telling you to like get a fancy haircut and like have a 10-step skincare routine. I'm just saying most of us have such little respect for the way we look. It's pretty pathetic. So just put a little bit more effort into brushing your teeth every single morning, you know, like cleaning your room. So you basically just need to raise the threshold of respect for yourself, and also just slightly increase your standards a little bit. So there should be certain actions that you think are just unacceptable for you to do. And then with improving your health, I just like to keep it pretty simple. So pretty much just being active every single day and having some sort of exercise where you just push yourself to the limits. It's super rewarding. You feel awesome. You get a lot of good hormones and stuff. It's awesome. And then also just put some time into doing a little bit of research on how to improve and maintain healthy testosterone levels. Your testosterone levels to dictate the way you feel, the way you do things, the way you act. It's super important that you at least have like good levels, but you should aim for having super high levels instead. And then the last thing is just improve your diet. Stop eating a bunch of crap. All it does is it makes your life worse, it makes you feel worse. Pretty much the only thing you need to follow is just eat simple like ingredient foods. Stop eating highly processed things, just eat single ingredient foods. So this next one is probably one of the worst things I've struggled with, and I hope you can just start eliminating this thing. And this is the fear of judgment. Being scared of what people think of you. So the fear of judgment will hold you back and keep you back in the same spot in life time and time again. You know, you want to try something new, you want to improve yourself, you want to start going to the gym, but you're afraid of what people will think of you. So a lot of people say you shouldn't care what people think, and I don't agree with that. Pretty much just try to follow this rule. So there's people you respect, like family, maybe mentors, coaches that you have, you know, people that are, you know, better at a certain thing than you, friends that you respect. You should care what they think. If they have a certain input on what you're doing wrong or right, you should care what they think and actually just, you know, take what they say and try to implement it. But if there's people that are in a situation that you do not want to be in, or people that are constantly putting you down, or for like friends that talk shit about you all the time and you care about what they think, those are the kind of people that you shouldn't care about what they think. So just remember that you should only care about what people think when they're people that you respect. And the thing is, almost always whenever you try something new or you try to improve yourself or just change yourself, you're going to be judged at some point. So you need to just face that fear. It's going to happen at some point, but you kind of just need to endure that pain if you want to change. Because if you don't, then you're never going to make progress and you're just going to stay in the same spot because you're scared of being judged. So the next thing is the people you hang out with. So you've probably heard that you're the average of your 5 closest friends that you hang out with. And that is true. You basically pick up the characteristics, behaviors, and traits of the people you hang out with the most. So if you hang out with like losers all the time, you're going to start picking up behaviors of those people. And the same is with the opposite. If you hang out with like super good people who are driven and they support each other, you're going to act more like that. So if you want to improve in your life or just be in the right direction, you need to surround yourself with people that you want to be more like, or that, you know, you admire, right? Or just like better people, because a lot of us have friends who aren't really our friends and they don't support us at all. So try to just spend a little bit of time improving your social skills. You don't have to be like the ultimate Rizzler or whatever, but you just need to not be weird and just find people that you really get along with and you're supportive of them and they're supportive of you, and you just find a group that you feel like you belong in, because that's what so many of us need. So stop trying to like fit in with a certain group and stop trying to act like a Sigma lone wolf. You need to just find that one group, and it'll be pretty hard, but you'll eventually find it. Porn. Yeah, that's right. This is one of the worst things you can do for your brain, especially as a teenager. Right now, you're young, you're seeing like girls at school. This is the time to start learning how to talk to girls. But if you watch porn like I did and like a lot of other men did, you just act super weird around them because you're constantly just watching this trash content, and it just ruins your brain and ruins the way you look at relationships. So right now, if you're watching this, I don't want to scare you or like, you know, I don't know, like just use scare tactics on you, but you should be a little bit worried because porn ruins your brain and it ruins the way you act with people, and you've probably noticed this. So really my best advice to quit porn isn't to do any like special trick. It's to focus on improving your mental health first. There's probably a problem that you have, and it'll take some time to figure out what it is, but you probably have like some sort of problem, something happened, you have some deep insecurity or some trauma that you need to fix, and from that, then you'll be able to quit porn. So my best advice for making money right now is to choose one thing. And the thing is, all these business models work. You just need to choose something that you enjoy doing. And the reason why is because if you enjoy doing the work that you do in your business, you're going to destroy your competition, because now it doesn't feel like hard work. It just feels like you're doing this for fun. It feels like a project you're working on. So I would recommend, you want to start making money right away, but I'd recommend you just try to spend some time figuring out something you actually like doing that feels fulfilling and purposeful, and then you'll be able to actually consistently work on this business. Also, stop trying to search or find the perfect business model. All these business models you know about online, they all work. It's not really the business model, it's more about you. You need to start developing characteristics, better productivity, better skills to be able to make this business model work. I recommend you also just get your boys and you go do something crazy. The thing is, you need to create stories to tell to your friends, your future kids, your grandkids. You need to have some stories to tell, right? You can have all these materialistic things, but one thing that no one can ever take away from you is your stories and experiences. So start creating cool stories and experiences. It just makes life a lot more interesting, and it makes you just want to move forward. Congratulations, bro. Your attention span is better than 99.9999% of the population because you're able to watch this whole video. So you're already on the right track. You're better than a lot of people. All right, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to give some advice that I wish I heard when I was younger, but I hope you can actually implement this, and I hope you have a good day. I got a one-on-one call link in the description, so if you feel like you need that extra help or you don't have anyone to talk to about quitting your bad habits, go click it and let me know, and hope to see you there. That's pretty much it. Hope you have a good one. Bye.